Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful there, bud. Beautiful, nice, cool day. Finally, weather subsiding, sun's out. It's Tuesday. Let's go.
And I feel like I would just start today. It's been a while, I feel like, since I've had a good story. I didn't mention anything to you about this before the show. Just figured you'd be interested. And it's actually a hibachi story from last night. And we know, before I even get into this, we know the number one rule with hibachi is you only go to Sakura. And I think, last night was a perfect example of this. So last night, me, Pooch, and my buddy Brandon, we went to Abyss, I guess technically.
Where is this?
That's Greenwich Ave in Greenwich.
Okay.
And I've been there before. But it was pretty good. But like I said, no Sakura. So we go there, and I mean, it had to have been the chef's first time working there, literally.
Oh no.
So it just started off like just confusion all over the place. Normally, like with hibachi, you get your salad, your soup first.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like 4 other people that we're randomly with,
right?
And they only bring out enough stuff for 4 people.
Oh.
Then like they're bringing it in pieces to us afterwards. Then the chef comes out. He's reading the diagram, gets it completely wrong. We correct him. And then he starts, the rice, the vegetables, the noodles.
Right.
Literally, I would say each one was about 50% of what you're supposed to get.
Oh,
normally.
No, dude.
No joke, the rice too. And keep in mind, fried rice, you're upcharged or whatever, whatever, it's $5. I kid you not. And I feel like you, out of all people, would have been just like furious about this. The amount of rice that they gave was literally the size of a plastic fork. Like, just imagine like a line of rice. Yeah. You know how usually like Sakura, like this overwhelming amount of rice.
Right.
Literally the smallest portion I've ever seen. Same thing with the noodles. Same thing with the vegetables. And then, I had gotten filet and shrimp. Everyone else
Classic.
got steak.
Yeah.
So, and we tell them how we want it cooked. Mm-hmm. Messes that up. And I'm the only one that gets filet, but somehow my filet is mixed in with all the other pieces of steak.
Oh, what?
Then Pooch doesn't even get shrimp. He gets more shrimp than I do, and I got the filet and shrimp combo. And then the other people we were randomly with just go, do you mind like just making some more noodles? And the guy's like trying to like cover up, and he goes, oh yeah, I was gonna actually make some more for everybody. And this is after the grill is turned off.
Oh my God, no kidding.
And it was just like, listen, I understand like, the person can be new, but you know what, Tony? I think this is the problem with society. There's no accountability, and we could say, we feel so bad. It's his first time. Well,
right.
First of all, I guess then the majority of this falls on the restaurant. Then if the guy's not trained properly, he shouldn't be out there. But it's just like, I mean, it was literally hands down the worst hibachi experience I've ever had. Not to say though that the flavor wasn't good and everything,
right?
But to cheat it that bad and then to mess up everything along the way, like
dude.
not get one thing right. It's just like, what are we doing here? Deer in headlights. Like it was like me and you trying to, cook hibachi for everybody. Like, you know what I mean? With never doing it.
Yeah.
No, like just a blind, deer in a headlight situation.
Oh, did anyone say anything?
No, but I guess like, Pooch and Brandon were saying, we could tell like you're tight. Or
yeah.
Just like,
obviously, I am.
Listen, I mean, it was good, but it's like, like I said, we're so sensitive to people's feelings. And at the end of the day, he did a terrible job, and he needs to learn from it and either, not be out there cooking for people, or, they need to train him more. But I was appalled by that. Last night.
I feel for you. That is a horrific. There's nothing worse than just obviously being super hungry into the hibachi, just having a horrible experience at a restaurant. It is the absolute
and
worst,
just to show you too. You know how like you go to it and like you're with random people. Let's say there's a table of 8.
Yeah.
When you say 70% of the people get to-go boxes, that one person got a to-go box, and 4 of the people there were like in high school. So high schoolers are not eating a ton.
Yeah, they don't know anything, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody had any leftovers.
Oh.
I mean, what a joke.
Honestly, are you gonna go back there ever, you think?
I don't know. I don't think I can. And I know Matthew. Matthew would have talked to the owner.
I know. This. He's coming in late. What happened with the hibachi? I missed the beginning of the story.
Oh, my God. I mean, short of the story, Matthew, I would say 50% of what you were supposed to get,
wasn't
steak
there
instead of filet. I mean, just a complete botch job.
My mother can't believe you didn't say anything. Get the manager.
I don't know. Get the manager over here.
It would have been nice. Maybe he would have given you a little gift card or something.
Maybe. But I didn't want to be that guy. But
that's always tough.
But the best part about this, Tony, actually, there was a little continuation after the fact. So the Monday Night Football game was on. So Coach was like, "Oh, we got to go somewhere, to like watch the game or whatever." So I was like, "All right, like sure." And I knew this place called the Ginger Man. It's on Greenwich Ave, but it's literally Abyss in Greenwich, Matthew, by the way. And it
keep saying the name Abyss in Greenwich.
It was literally like 3/4 of a mile down the street. After 5 minutes, I'm like, let's just go back. Like, what are we doing? We walk all the way down to the other end of Greenwich Ave. No spot for us to the bar. Then we walk back to this place. Like, I think it's called South Bay or whatever. There's 2 people in there. Like, they're closing up soon, but Pooch is forcing it that we have to go have a beer here. There's just one random guy. So that wasn't even the whole thing. Like the restaurant, like whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, did we need to go there? No. But the best part, there is a random guy there, a New Yorker. Okay. I guess I don't know why he's there for dinner. He seems hammered. I don't know, but he's talking about the Yankees. Okay. It's like one of those people that will talk about the Yankees, but they haven't watched one game all season. And he's like, yeah, let me tell you, Judge is definitely not coming back. They got to do something different. They got to do something different there. And then he keeps making this call. He's like, I think what they should do is sign that Justin Verlander. He's literally said Verlander 4 times. And then Pooch, getting all riled, trying to like bring me into the conversation, didn't say one word. I mean, just complete ignorance.
Yeah.
Complete ignorance.
Was this Bob Costas at the bar?
I mean, it might have been. But I don't know if I've ever heard anybody. I mean, think about Justin Verlander. He's been pitching almost 20 years. I've not heard one person call him Verlander. I mean, that is Costas.
Yeah, literally.
It literally is Costas. So that was, my Monday night last night. And I know Matt's
I'm so sorry.
Getting a chuckle.
Oh, he really is.
Over there for sure.
And my mother wants you to call Bliss today. Tell them.
I mean, I'm just kind of curious, Tony. What would you have done, honestly?
I'm not one to like really like make a scene at a restaurant.
Exactly.
I did it once. I like asked to speak to the manager because I had a horrific experience. It was at this place. I honestly kind of forget the name. It was on Staten Island. It was a place that started with the Z. Valentine's Day dinner.
Okay.
I made a reservation and everything, right? But I did it like online, like off their website. So maybe they weren't like up on their like website reservations because we get there. Again, this is Valentine's Day. Okay. 7:00 reservation. Don't get seated until like 7:45. It seems like they just kind of threw this like 2-person table in between 2 giant parties, right? So we're like smushed. Like we're way too close to these 2 big parties. Everyone's so loud, can't even hear each other talk. And then we order, I think I get like chicken parm, we get like baked clams, appetizers, whatever. Our entrees come out first before the appetizers. And I was like, we ordered appetizers. Oh, my bad. Brings our food back to the kitchen, comes out with an appetizer cold. Appetizer was cold because it's just sitting there, right? And then he brings out the entrees. Entrees were obviously back there, so they're kind of cold. Nothing was good. Too crowded. No one. The waitress was horrible. And I was like, I talked to the manager. He apologized, whatever, because this was just like, everything went wrong here. That was the only time I ever spoke up. I probably would not. Oh, Zio Toto. That's the Zio Toto. Honestly, like the food there is normally delicious. I've been there other times. It was just this, obviously it was packed, whatever. But honestly, in this instance, I don't think I would have spoken up. Probably,
right?
I don't think I would have.
But you would have handled it like how I did.
Yeah. I would have been tight though. I'd be like, that fucking not going back there again. Like, definitely not. Especially like with restaurants. I mean. Like, I haven't been back to that place, Zio Toto, since then, and that was like well over, like, probably like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, so. And I don't know, like I get it, like we're in Stanford, like heading back this direction, but it's like literally this place must be 5 minutes closer than Sakura is. Like it's like you gotta just go to Sakura. I mean, there's only one Sakura,
especially for hibachi. I mean, if you have a good spot, you gotta stick to it.
Oh,
because you never know, man.
Yeah, there only is one spot. And Matthew was saying if he ever sees Costas ever in life, hey Bobby, come here. I want to talk to you. That would be something. that would be a good short, honestly.
Oh my God,
Costas interaction.
I don't think Costas interacts with the fans. I feel very well.
And then I would say the last part about this too. I would just think about with Mr. Verlander. He also was saying the pitching, man, the Yankee pitching. That's the problem. That's the problem, dude. Like you haven't watched. We had the best pitching we've had in 20 years this season. Okay, it wasn't the pitching. If you can't hit, you can't score, you're not going to win the game. So that all of that shows, Tony, and obviously calling him Verlander shows this dude is not a baseball fan.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy was alone at the bar for a reason, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. Probably divorced, that type of thing.
Wow. Oh, God, dude.
And your mother says, I would want to know,
wouldn't you if you owned the place?
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious too, because sometimes I know I tend to like want to bring down the hammer here and stuff, but like I know like my friends like they felt bad for the guy, but like I don't know how. Just in regards to that, would you feel bad, Tony, or it's like you come to a restaurant with an expectation, it's not delivered, somebody's got to be responsible, and it comes back to what I'm saying about accountability in today's society. It does not exist.
I mean, I suppose I'd be a little sympathetic because it's a tough job doing hibachi, honestly.
Yeah.
But I
then
mean,
don't do it.
At the end of the day, it's like, dude, you gotta just be better. Yeah. Was anyone was management watching him? Was anyone like, oh, like he's been training? Like,
no,
nothing. No one checked up on him. Nothing.
No, but they did give us complimentary ice cream that came with the dish to begin with. So,
sick, dude. I would honestly, poor management, restaurant's fault, definitely.
Yeah. So. Just had to share that for sure. But as far as sports, we got to start in the world of the National Football League.
6 for 101, 2 touchdowns. To Evans, touchdown, Tampa Bay. How about that throw? Sam Darnold blasted. Oh my goodness, did he take a hit? In trouble, what? Brings him down. Lost one for Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down. Touchdown.
And I just want to give a shout out to Jay. I just got a notification he's watching. And I have to say, on Screen Time last week, hit it on the head with the Jets-Bills prediction.
He did.
We know he's buzzing. And I forgot to ask you his reaction to the game yesterday when we talked about the Jets.
I mean, you know what? He wasn't home watching. He was away.
Okay.
And I was at work. But I mean, when I got home, dude, elated.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's that guy, Jay. Every year it's the Jets year,
right?
And then by like week 5, it's like, oh God, dude.
I believe we have one more comment here.
Yeah, my mother says, I can't believe you were not more upset about the idiot at the bar than helping out. Oh, I can't believe you were more upset about the idiot at the bar than helping out the owner of the restaurant.
I mean, it doesn't come to a surprise to you.
I guess not, but to be honest, I guess I would think Brian, it's the off season. This guy is just an idiot at the bar. I would think you'd be a little more upset about dinner.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's the Yankees. It's all about the Yankees. But listen.
Hey, never going back to Greenwich again, huh?
I mean, at least to Abyss, we'll tell you that much. There's this, oh man, it starts with a K, but there's this new like sushi Japanese restaurant that opened up.
Yeah, dude.
Kokabui. I don't know. I am not going to pronounce it.
I've been itching for some sushi recently.
No, I think it's like higher end.
Really?
But it looks ridiculous. So something that we'll have to keep an eye out for.
My mother's obviously a small business owner.
Right.
Hammering. If it was me, I would appreciate your comments. Yeah, my mother is a good business owner though, because if a woman at any point was like upset with her hair, my mother is just like, we're gonna fix it, no charge, don't worry. Like my mother owned that hibachi restaurant, you'd get free dinner for the week, Brian.
And you know what? You know what it is too, though, and you know this from knowing him personally. If I actually did that, Pooch would never let me hear the end of it. Like,
really? He'd be upset if he spoke up?
Every single person that he's ever met in his life, no, not upset, but he would just have to reiterate the story over and over and over and over again. So I think that was the best way to go about it. But last night in the NFL, Monday Night Football, the conclusion of Week 9, we saw the Baltimore Ravens defeat the New Orleans Saints on the road 27-13. And really, I feel this game kind of followed what we've seen out of both of these teams of recent. The Saints, not being able to get out of their own way, and obviously, missing Sean Payton, possibly missing Jameis Winston, and obviously going back a ways here, but really missing Drew Brees. They haven't been the same since he retired, and you wonder after a loss like this, do they go back to Winston? You would think he would be pretty much healed up now after sitting out the past couple of weeks. As the GOAT himself, Michael, walks in, donut in hand.
Donut in hand,
Donut
dude.
in hand.
What do you think about Andy Dalton?
I thought he retired. He has not. How about this stat, Tony? And I'm sure you saw this on Twitter somewhere.
Yeah.
He has not won a Monday Night Football game since 2014. So quite some time. It's 2022. So, you would think they would want to possibly explore, going that route, just to give him a spark, because Dalton, I mean, we saw the disaster that he was with the Cowboys when Dak got injured a couple of years ago. And as far as the Ravens, I mean, it's a win. So we've seen them win, but it leaves us wanting more, specifically from former league MVP Lamar Jackson. Only 133 yards passing. 6 yards in attempt, so kind of dink and dunk. 1 touchdown.
Dink and dunk?
Sacked 3 times. And he did run for 82 yards on the ground. But I just feel like, where's this version of Lamar where he's 5 total touchdowns, 400 yards of total offense? We haven't seen that since like week 3. So it's been a while. I feel the Ravens are fortunate to be, kind of have a stranglehold on the division somewhat. I guess they're technically just a game up on Cincinnati, but I think they have the tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously running the ball effectively, and they've had so many injuries in that regard. You have Dobbins on short-term IR right now. They give Kenyon Drake the lion's shares of the carries. Last night, he goes 24 for 93 and 2 touchdowns. So as a team, 188 yards rushing when you factor in Lamar, Justice Hill, and Patrick Ricard. So I mean, I think 6-3, you take it, after 9 games, and they did actually activate too. Deshaun Jackson, who had been on the practice squad, hasn't played this year, was with the Rams last year before getting released. Obviously, longtime Philadelphia Eagle, not to mention a few other teams. So they were hoping to kind of get him involved. He had a 26-yard pass called back for an illegal man downfield. So they hope, that'll spark the passing game. So obviously you take the win, but even being, atop the AFC North here, do you feel like there's some cause for concern when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, when I got home last night, I was watching the game. Oh, out of focus here.
Whoa.
Probably because Michael walked in. It's okay though. But I'm kidding. I was watching the game last night, and my roommate Harrison said it best. I mean, third quarter, it was like 17-6 or whatever it was. And he goes, dude, like the Ravens should be fucking blowing the Saints out right now.
Right.
And they should have. It should have been a blowout. It got a little, I guess, better in the fourth quarter. It was like 27-6, but then still, like New Orleans kind of still, hanging around a little bit. This should have been like 35-6 this game. Like Lamar should have been all over the place. We were talking about it yesterday. And I honestly don't really know like why. I mean, again, I guess, Ravens defense, I think, was a highlight for most of the game. Holding the Saints to not many scoring opportunities. But I mean, it's the fucking Saints. It's like who? It's Dalton. It's Hill, who's been kind of obviously okay, I guess. But I mean, this Saints team is not good, and Baltimore wants to be competitive. They want to go into the playoffs with some momentum, go deep in the playoffs. And I mean, I just really don't see it. I mean, like you mentioned Lamar, 12 for 22, 133 yards, 1 TD. The hell?
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know what the problem is. And you could, point to some injuries, but at the same time, I mean, they have capable guys, on the team. Harrison,
I think is how Matthew.
That funny bastard.
Oh my goodness! But I'm sure he's watching.
I like I've said. I mean, I know too. Mark Andrews out. I mean, that is a big loss. You can't underestimate that. He's one of the top tight ends in the game. But you still feel like you should be able to get a few touchdowns through the air, maybe 225 to 260 passing yards, and he's not doing that. Could he be a little fatigued? Possibly. So they do have a bye next week, and then a favorable schedule to finish out this season. They're home to Carolina, then at Jacksonville, home in Denver, and then at Pittsburgh, at Cleveland, home Atlanta, home Pittsburgh, and then at Cincinnati. You look at all of those games. I mean, they really are definitively better than all those teams, albeit maybe not Cincinnati. And we'll see, what they look like come week 18. If playoff spots have been clinched and, just what the playoff picture looks like. But especially, you think about Carolina, you think about Jacksonville, that should be a very good opportunity for us to see that version of Lamar that we're earning for, just the, complete takeover of the game and displaying his athletic ability up and down the field. But when I look at that and I think about how, there's 8 games remaining with that schedule, I really think there's no excuse not to go 6-2.
Who cares? All I care about is the Jets are top of the AFC East, baby. Watch today. Josh Allen, as Barnes likes to say.
No, it's Allen.
Allen.
Yes. You were a little far
Scott
away.
Hansen.
Josh Allen.
Are you in a different zip code, Michael?
Yo, dude. I want everybody to see the whole space over here. It's pretty comfy. Do you hear that he has an elbow injury, Barnes?
A UCL injury, and I actually was going to bring that up.
And that's bogus?
So I appreciate you mentioning that. No, I mean, I saw it live.
No, but did they
saw him kind of like?
Apparently, they're coming out with the results.
Oh yeah,
today.
yeah, they haven't disclosed it, but I think they know he's probably done for the year. Honestly,
You
I mean,
think
that's,
so?
That's what it seems like. I mean, we could be
done for the year,
dude.
No.
On Rick and Dave today, Dave asked Rick, "Do you want Josh Allen to be hurt?"
And what did Rick say?
He's like, well, is he coming back for the start of the season next year? Like, ready to go? First game? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I want him to be hurt. Yeah. He's like, that's why I love you.
I mean, that really puts the Jets in the driver's seat if that's the case.
It does.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That should be the talk of the town.
Because you have, Case Keenum as the backup in Buffalo.
Oh, wow. My mother's coming in hot here, but we just started, Mike. Long way to go.
I don't.
For the Jets, long way to go. You never know.
No, I said Super Bowl from day one.
He did say Super Bowl from day one.
He did. I'm just saying. She's saying.
I'm just letting her know. Right. Super Bowl. Bet on it.
I think I like this shot, Michael. Honestly, because you know what, I can do a little bit of that, dude. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have that be the background.
No,
dude.
but is there any way to get
solid.
trips?
Look at Arnold up top.
We don't have trips.
We got to talk to IT about that.
Trip 6s, dude. No, we don't have.
Whoa.
It's just in case that's when we got to get back on track to sports. When you hear that, you like that, Barnes?
Well, I need to have access to that sound. I'm the one.
I could just tell. I know when you're ready to get back. I know.
Well, when Tony starts doing his best burps, I mean, that's when we need to
Oh, immediately.
Oh, yeah, but we can talk about hibachi for the first 15 minutes. No problem.
No,
My favorite segment.
Yeah, when has food not been allowed? I mean,
burping is included in food.
No, it is
You
not.
belch. In certain cultures, it's a sign of respect and
true, but
enjoyment.
not in America.
But there are a couple other storylines to get to here before we switch gears. The first one being, at the end of yesterday's show, we had the breaking news that Frank Reich is out. And the Colts, instead of going, they have a couple former coaches on their staff, head coaches, one being John Fox, who led the Broncos to a Super Bowl berth. But they decided to go with ESPN analyst Jeff Saturday, former longtime Colts center, no coaching experience whatsoever.
So what?
Irsay in the press conference last night deflecting, saying that football isn't rocket science and talking about how Don Shula didn't have much experience when he started. Obviously at 3-5-1, I mean, it feels like the season's over anyway.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this?
I think we have a question over there. Michael has his hand raised
for Professor Barnes. Did you? I saw Mike. Is it Mike Francesa, the dude that's like? Yeah. Do you like him?
I like him in terms of that. It's like
he's comical.
Making fun of him.
But
he doesn't mean to be funny, but it's so funny.
Dude, did you I saw on someone asked him why he never coached football in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard that one. Yeah.
Well,
I had an opportunity.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity.
Yep.
Didn't take him up on it. Could have done it.
Didn't want to take the pay cut.
And it's like the guy was fucking with you, Mike. Like, how do you not know?
Oh God, so tight, huh?
But I'm sure Prefer has heard that one.
So how do you think Coach Saturday is going to be?
I think train wreck. Michael?
Really?
Absolute train wreck.
Well, I mean, how do you just step in? I mean, you might as well call yourself Aaron Boone because it's the same situation.
I think that's ridiculous.
How other than having a full offseason to prepare, Tony, how is it not the same? No coaching experience before, played in the league. What's the difference?
Well, I feel because Aaron Boone didn't do anything in the league. You think of, I mean, obviously this guy was, he was a center for the Colts,
better,
right?
But I mean, Boone still was.
Yeah, but when you think about like when you're a center, I feel like,
yeah, you're like the catcher.
Well, you're almost like, I guess, like captain of the line, I guess you could say. Yeah. I mean, you're kind of recognizing what the defense is looking like. You're looking for certain things. You're kind of, pointing shit out. Like, centers are really like high football IQ players.
I agree.
I feel like it could translate well. And from my experience, I feel like, most linemen in the NFL are pretty, laid back guys that I think could be good coaches.
The one point that Irsay made that I actually agreed with, and it's something that applies to all sports, but he was saying the reason why he has more faith in Saturday than anybody else is because he's, just new at this, thrown into the fire. He's not going to be so analytic, and he's a former player, analytically driven and just go with his gut. And I think sports all over, no matter what sport we're talking about, need that.
Yeah.
So I think that is a good thing.
That's a fresh look, dude. And obviously, over there, I mean, like, what are they doing over there? I feel they just need a little bit of a revamp. I think I would be positive about this guy. Last name's Saturday. That's funny.
Play on Sunday.
Party on Saturday with Coach Saturday.
Gets
the team going.
Kind of like a
big
Key
morale
type
boost,
of joke,
dude.
honestly.
Yeah.
What?
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele, dude.
I'm saying it like how I think like they're the least funny people in America.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think we ever talked about that.
Oh, well, I mean, Tony, I don't like any comedian. I mean, I know, I don't know if we still have the bite, but I
don't think we still have that bite, dude.
Oh God. So we'll get a test to see firsthand. I mean, you want to talk about
to see,
and in your favorite window, Tony, the 4:00 window this week.
Yeah,
the Colts
baby.
are at the Raiders. So we're gonna see which dysfunctional team, does better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's a good start for him against the Raiders.
Look ahead spot.
By who?
No. I'm saying just look ahead, hunch on the game.
Right.
What do you think there?
Give me the Colts.
Really?
Raiders, absolute train wreck. I mean, Derek Carr clearly cannot handle being a quarterback there, if anywhere. And then also, like I said, fresh blood here, a new look for the team. Give me the Colts, and Robbie Thompson.
Michael's going to hate me for asking this question, but I have to ask you. Would the Jets be better off with Carr at quarterback?
You asking me that?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like Carr is just like, whoa. I don't know. I feel like Carr.
I mean, I know there's no
Let me
track
finish, Tony.
record.
Let me finish, Tony.
I feel like Carr. Yeah, I mean, his track record is
Trash.
kaput, dude.
Yeah.
Not to mention the turnovers and whatnot. Like, so what? Zach Wilson isn't throwing for 200 yards. He's got no turnovers for the most part, So.
And one thing too, before we bring in Michael here, I actually do feel better about Zach Wilson because Chokery before the show was texting me saying that Colin Cowherd says the Jets, need to look for a new quarterback. He's lost, and I feel like, well, there we go, we're fine because everything Colin Cowherd says is wrong. So I think we're good, right?
That's not true. I don't know, dude.
Dude, did you see the Armstrong video last week or no?
No.
He's talking about the Bears, the young players, references a guy Armstrong 4 times. Not one person on the roster named Armstrong.
Oh no. That's not good. Wait, does he want Derek Carr and the Jets though, or you were just saying that?
I just kind of thought about it just because of the fact, like, he's got it seems like he has a live arm, but obviously,
but it doesn't matter though.
Also, you can't win with Devontae Adams.
Yeah, and Derek Carr's had his shot. Like this is Zach Wilson's kind of first. Like this is good pieces around him.
Dude, I can't
Salah's
wait
in it, dude.
I can't wait.
Give him some more time.
New England.
Derek Carr already had his time. He's done. He sucks.
No, but this
He's
is our
Step
Super
backwards.
Bowl before the Super Bowl, New England.
It is, and you're gonna say, Michael,
no one's even listening to me.
You were right. We are listening to you.
Yeah, Tony, are you kidding?
That's fine, dude.
Too.
Couple other housekeeping notes though before we move on here. You guys hear about Xavier McKinney, the Giants safety, ATV accident, non-football injury list. It was in Cabo on the bye week.
Did you hear the
Cabo.
release? The press release? What he said?
No, what did he say?
It was like some tour, right?
Yeah, he was like, "Sorry, Giants Nation, I was on a guided tour." Like he wasn't being reckless, basically.
Which
obviously
he
you
was
were.
hammered,
Yeah.
Not to mention some other substances, possibly.
Is that a fact? Has that been reported?
No, I'm just saying,
Come
Tony.
on,
Everything has to be so
Tony.
literal.
So literal.
I'm just saying, dude. I mean, you can't just make accusations like that.
But I guess so in the contract, I mean, you can't do that. So he's going to lose 4 game checks.
Which is how much? Do you know?
I don't know, but I would imagine, he's
enough.
making at least $8 million. So you think about that over 7. I mean, that's probably a couple $1 million. Wow. Yeah.
That sucks,
and that's a big loss for the Giants. Everything's gone their way, up to this point. So, I mean, does that put them in a predicament? I mean, losing your Mike safety here. He's calling the defense. They're gonna have to have someone else call the defense.
Yeah, that is tough, dude. Idiot.
So
Plaxico Burress.
that's a tough spot. And then the Panthers announced PJ Walker, despite Baker Mayfield playing better out of the pen this past week, they're going to stick with him at quarterback. I don't understand it.
Where's Sam?
Exactly, he's healthy, but they don't want to go to him. I mean,
Sam
the season's over. Sam Darnold.
You know who Sam.
I mean, you know what I mean? If you're the Panthers, season's over, you're playing for #1 draft pick. Why not just see, I don't know, lightning in a bottle? I mean, he's got DJ Moore, no?
No?
Michael?
No.
Big no on Sam Darnold?
Dude, it's just...
But PJ Walker's so bad, though. That's why I just feel like
I don't know. We've been seeing former Jet quarterbacks, this season, even having good years.
Well, maybe you guys are predicting something. He's going to come in and do something.
That would be dope, but they got to put him in.
They got to do something.
They got to do something.
But do you think it's possible too? Maybe they just want #1 picks, so that's why they're sticking.
Wow, it's episode 390. Gosh,
yeah, buddy boy.
400's approaching.
Yeah,
10 episodes away.
Do something big for that.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shite!
Episode on the roof.
400 episodes.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm being serious.
Tony,
I know.
Being serious.
Hey, Tony today, I don't know.
It's so literal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a very literal guy.
So that being said, that concludes week 9. Week 10 will start on Thursday, and the Panthers, coincidentally enough, at home against the Falcons. This line set at 3 for Atlanta. And I know you could call it a trap game, but I don't see how this isn't a blowout. I don't know. What's your early hunch here?
Blowout in favor of the
Falcons.
Panthers.
No, the Falcons, bro. The Panthers? You kidding?
All right. No, yeah, sure. No, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Falcons, dude.
I know they had a tight game that went to overtime, and that kind of changed the course of the season a couple weeks ago. But I don't know. I love what Mariota's doing. I mean, you've always been a big Mariota guy.
I am a big Mariota guy, but I mean, both teams are just so bad. And
Falcons are tied for the division lead.
It doesn't really say much.
Who wins that division? Falcons or Brady? Tommy. He's got the Tommy look.
It's crazy that it comes down to that, huh, dude?
Well, I mean, who else is going to win?
I know.
The Saints aren't winning it.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe, Brady, the divorce, seems a little happy, dude.
You really think he wanted out like years ago and he just was too nervous?
I don't know. I saw some articles saying how I forget the details, but it was something about since she divorced him because he went back to play football, he's not paying as much money.
When there was a prenup as well.
So maybe, dude.
Yeah. He's free. By accident, I heard part of his Let's Go podcast with Jim Gray.
By accident? What does that mean?
Well, because I had just had Mad Dog Sports Radio on. I'm driving back from the gym, which is 2 minutes away, and I just didn't change it. And I was
unaware that Brady had a podcast.
Well, I mean, you think he doesn't get tired of hearing himself talk? I mean, come on.
I don't think I've ever.
But also, who doesn't have a podcast now? Like all these like athletes and stuff. Every single one of them has.
That's
a podcast.
True. Yeah, very true.
So that's what we got for the NFL. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Patrick goal!
My goodness, this is a great shot.
Big hit on the far side by McCarr. He flattens Jordan Stahl. Oh my goodness! Gets the gun right back. Terrifying and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliance from Igor Shesterkin. It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
I love that little piano at the end. But you know what you got to get in the next one?
Oh, who have to put in that video?
Yeah. Voice wise. Our guy Don.
Oh yeah!
Imagine a Don call
but
for
also
the end.
Sam Rosen too. Get the Panarin call from the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
that
true.
Was going, right?
Yeah.
You didn't like that one?
No, it was good.
I thought Sam Rosen was one of your favorites of all time.
No, I love Sam Rosen. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get him wrong, Barnes.
I think I had it in there for Shesterkin. That was Rosen, I think.
Just want to make sure.
No, I'm just saying. I think a little Don action would be nice.
Don action would be great.
You did meet him.
I did take a picture with him.
You did more than that.
It'd be interesting. I'd have to look up some tape on him to get a good call.
Hear the back and forth this morning with the Michael K show and Don and I don't know some lists, and they're calling out Rick that he only stopped 4 shots his whole career or something.
Who?
What?
Rick and Don going at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Does Don not like Rick?
I think it's all just for show. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
Michael, I mean, you've heard it more of it than I have.
I
didn't hear that.
I mean, just generally.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're cool. Those shows are cool together. But I don't know. I don't know about the other shows.
And then Michael K is claiming he could throw 60 miles an hour on the radar gun that Dave Rothenberg won't even reach the wall with a baseball.
I think
Dave Rothenberg was a tennis player, college tennis player, I believe.
Really?
I could be wrong.
I think they
play tennis.
I think they both don't reach shit. Honestly,
a couple comments.
We do. We have Before saying I'm listening. Mike Bammy from the show. Listen, Before we're all.
Are we adults here?
No.
Let me finish something.
We're all adults here. Before, okay. You're obviously watching. Like, why can't
multiple
we just
accounts?
Why can't we all just be copacetic here?
Yeah, we can be copacetic, okay. But I mean, and one thing too, not to. Let me just finish, Tony. But like to put all this nonsense to bed, and Michael knows it just as well as I do. I mean, it's a quick video call in for 2 minutes, and the fact that there's such resistance towards that. I mean, you have to admit it's suspicious.
That's it.
I mean, we're not detectives over here.
Yeah,
but it doesn't take a rocket scientist.
I'm a detective.
But
like for this, do you listen to 987? Like, give us your thoughts on Michael K's show, because I mean, I think it sucks. As Matthew says, yeah, Barnes, I heard Don's rant yesterday. He was torching Rick. He said he sucks on the radio, basically, ha 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 ha, which is stupid because the Michael K show sucks. And Rick and Dave are pretty freaking awesome. Honestly, I think that they're great radio show hosts. They have a great time in the morning. They have phenomenal chemistry. I mean, Rick DiPietro, first of all, I think his like intros for some of the episodes, so like well thought out and good.
Like when the show
starts, you can watch it on Tony.
Oh, ESPN New York app, dude. Because I don't wake up at 5 to be all radio.
Is it theatrical? Like, what is it?
The
It's
intros
just really good.
Yeah, the intros. I mean, honestly, Rick's intro is honestly really professional. It's like very well thought out, organized.
He's just better than people give credit for.
Like, picture, you know how like fucking what's his name? Not Rothenberg, Rosenberg, right? Has like the ENN thing where it's just good morning, and then he has like all like sound bites with it too. Picture that, but just like way like more professional, better in like every aspect. And Rick does it.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like a great intro. It gets me hyped up to listen to the show. And even Dave loves it too.
Yeah, Dave loves it.
Yeah.
He gets riled.
He really does. And it's great because Rick doesn't do intros a lot, you know? Like, so like when he does, it's just really good, like radio, honestly. It's just very well thought out from like a broadcaster type of standpoint. And Michael K, I mean, it's just an absolute joke that those fucking lards are sitting in their chairs thinking that they're hot shit.
I know.
But I feel like individually, though, the two of you guys like Don, or no?
Don's
okay. So it's just, but he's part of that show. But if we
sadly,
we take
unfortunately,
separately,
he could have his own show.
Yeah, I think he could.
He could do an hour, 2 hours by himself.
And he's great calling the Rangers games.
Oh my
honestly.
God.
He's so good, dude. And he's great for the post games, for the pre games.
Now he's
it's
radio
awesome,
play-by-play.
Yeah,
he's dope.
And he's their main guy, or is he backup for Kenny Albert?
He's their main guy.
Anytime they split, you know what I mean?
You think Kenny Albert's a Chief or no? Because I know he does the Knicks sometimes. Like,
I gotta hear what he sounds like.
Matthew Gabriel, Peter Rosenberg sucks ass.
Yeah.
Michael K show. The three of them are so woke, it's insane. Heads up their asses, especially PETA.
Yeah.
But voice scrambler is ridiculous.
Is it though? Is it?
Since I called in once, the demands never
but it's
stop.
No. It's not demands.
God.
It's one demand, and it's a video call.
Why don't we just do like a once a month, like we just talk, you know?
Yeah, or even it doesn't even need to be a video call, but just call in again. Like, why is it such a big deal? Why is that so crazy?
You have to listen to ESPN radio. Like, you have to have. I'm sure you have an opinion about this stuff, right? Like, we want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm tired of hearing Barnes' opinion all the time.
Oh, Tony, you love it. Anyway, Tony,
you listen to Kellerman this morning?
Light slate last night, big slate today. So looking forward to that. Obviously, Rangers back in action. Your Bruins again. They've won 11 out of their first 13 games. 3-run over the Blues. I mean, the Blues are scuffling, so that doesn't really come as a surprise. But the Islanders are really playing hard to start this season. 8-5 now after a 4-3 win over the Flames and being down 3-1 in the third period to make this comeback. I think this is big for the Islanders, because they're coming off a very disappointing year last year. They were hoping to build on that near, Stanley Cup appearance after losing in Game 7 to Vasilevsky the year before. But this year, everything's looked good. And we talked about how good Sorokin is, 43 saves on 46 shots last night. And as far as the offense for the Islanders, I feel like it's very spread out. And I have to say, I'm going to admit this. I had no idea that Sebastian Aho was on the Islanders.
Really?
First goal as an Islander last night?
I don't know. Kind of sounds like Barnes becoming an Islanders fan.
I want to say off season that happened.
Okay.
Came over from Carolina.
From Carolina. And actually, Corey, who's commented on the show before, he's actually a diehard Islanders fan.
So you got kind of like
friendship. But no, Rangers all the way. And he always kind of chirps me randomly. The Rangers, like he's a little tight that I don't like the Islanders. It's because I always told him I hated hockey. Then last year, all of a sudden, I love hockey. I had to go with the Rangers. So what can I say?
It's okay that if you have respect for another team.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not in Barnes.
But no, I do. No, but it's different if it's not baseball. It is. That's just the name of the game. But anyway.
It's the name of the game. It's
they have a lot of
baseball.
different guys that can score. You think about Brock Nelson. Love Brock Nelson. Kyle Palmieri, Anders Lee.
Brock Lesnar?
Anders Lee.
Noah Dobson. The game-winning goal in overtime to beat the Flames. And the Flames are just a mess right now. Any of this because of Gaudreau or no? Tony?
Why they're a mess because of Gaudreau?
Not being on the team?
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, first of all, Gaudreau, when you look at his stats last season, forget about the stats, honestly, like just having him on the team was absolute electricity, Brian. And because of that, I mean, they were just a great team. Had so much good offense. And because everyone's collapsing, the defense is collapsing on Goudreau. Other players are becoming open. Goudreau has great eyesight on the ice here. He's getting the puck out. Other people getting looks because of him. And I mean, that's definitely a big reason why they haven't been as successful. Tough loss here against the Islanders in overtime. Tough loss the other night against the Devils in overtime as well. They got spanked by the Predators. Another 1-goal loss before that from the Kraken. And think about it. I mean, if Goudreau's on this team, those 1-goal games, they're not losing,
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are really tight games. Not to say that they're not talented. I mean, if you look at the roster, there's Huberdeau, Kadri, Elias Lindholm as well, Milan Lucic, who I know is an old guy, but still that big body in front of the net. I think maybe with some time, they understand the adjustments they have to make, not having Goudreau on the ice. Because those games, like I said, 1-goal games, those games could go either way. It is very unfortunate that they're not going their way right now. I'm not entirely worried about Calgary. They're still going to be a very, I say a good team down the stretch of the season here. But also, take it with a grain of salt if you want. But I mean, the Islanders are better than last year. The Devils are better than last year. They're playing some good teams right now, so I wouldn't be, it's not like, sound the alarm yet, but it's like, hey man, like they got to figure it out,
Yeah. Almost a similar start to the Rangers where, they're not buried by any means, but they just hope to win more games. And I think honestly, this speaks to what I talked about before. Just in terms of, a computer telling you things, and you can't underestimate the impact that Goudreau had in this team. And then they think, oh, well, we bring in Kadri and Huberdeau, the sum of them will be greater than what Goudreau could do, but they're not taking into account the human element of it. And these guys have been together. They're a very good team last year. So I think that plays a big role in it, honestly.
Of course. I mean, chemistry is a huge part. And think about Kadri, I mean, I'm not knocking his ability, but I mean, look at the team he was surrounded by in Colorado last year.
Yeah.
All of them are like every single one on that team. Every single player on that team was absolutely outstanding,
Right.
So again, it's adjustments for everyone, I would say. So I think with some time, though, I mean, Kadri, Huberdeau, they're going to start hooking up better on the ice. And I would say there's going to be success over there in Calgary.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And then the final game from last night, Capitals 5-4 over the Oilers. So the Capitals finally step up. They're now 6-6-2 on the season. Oilers fall to 7-6, so kind of both hovering around 500. They both went with the backup tender last night, and it'll be interesting to see. I know it's very early on, and obviously their backup last night, Lindgren, let up 4 goals, but is Darcy's job potentially in jeopardy? Their offense, of course, carried them in this one. The other Strome had 2 goals. And Alex Ovechkin had a goal as well. And then 2 goals for Kuznetsov.
There we go, dude.
I remember you mentioning his name last year. So I think this is a nice win for Washington. And it'd just be interesting to see moving forward, what they do with that goalie position. Because I think, as we've seen the last couple of years, the offense is there, but it's like you got to stop the other team.
With Edmonton, you're talking about?
Well, no, with Washington.
With Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't think – I mean, when you look at it like Lindgren, I mean, I don't know. He only faced 29 shots, Again, obviously, it's Edmonton. They have great opportunities. They have really good looks in front of the net. But I don't think we're going to be seeing him, taking starts. So,
and I know you're going to hate me for this one, but I just have to say it. I feel like these 2 goalies that played last night, Skinner and Lindgren, are better than Halak.
You think so? I mean, Skinner is good. Skinner is really good. He's young. I think he's going to be in the league for a while. I think he's like 25 or 26.
Yeah, I thought he was old for some reason. I looked it up yesterday. I think he's 24.
Yeah, he's 24. He's from Edmonton too, homegrown boy. I think that honestly he could have a nice future here at Edmonton if he's, if he keeps it up. Obviously not getting a whole lot of playing time yet. Last season he had 12 starts. He was 6-6, 913 save percentage though. He had a shutout. Averaging 2.62 goals against. I guarantee you, if he gets more looks, honestly, he can kind of develop into a nice goalie.
Yeah. So that's something to keep an eye out for. to see if he could possibly at some point this year unseat Jack Campbell.
Love the research, Brian.
That being said, though, Tony, full slate tonight, and just a synopsis of yesterday. We both pick up 2 points. Me with the Ravens and the Islanders, and you with the Ravens and your Bruins. Full slate, like I mentioned, and of course, the game that we have circled, the New York Islanders and the New York Rangers from UBS Arena, Tony. What are your thoughts about this one? And it looks like, too, obviously, we know we can't trust Daily Faceoff by now, but it looks like Sorokin is not going to be in net. Obviously, the back-to-back, and they're going to go with Varlamov, I guess?
Varlamov.
Vermont. In net against Shesterkin. What are your thoughts here? Oh, and this one is actually at MSG. My mistake.
Is it? Yes. So I'm gonna definitely. Are we picking our picks, or we're just talking about it?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, because I'm taking this game.
4 games, by the way.
4 games tonight. I'm picking the Rangers tonight. Islanders in the back-to-back. Overtime game 2 for the Islanders, right? So tired legs. It's gonna be. I'm picking the Islanders. Big mistake. We're gonna be at the Garden here. Varlamov, obviously the backup tender. He's 2-2 in the season so far, though. 2.90 goals against.
Oh, backups could win games. What do you know?
909 save percentage. No, he's very, very good.
Yeah, that must be nice.
We're gonna have a problem here, guys. Or...
Tony, have a little fun. Come on.
Regardless, Varlamov, as good as he is, I'm expecting a nice kind of, decisive bounce back win against the Islanders here for the Rangers. You look at the Rangers' last 5. They're on a 2-game losing streak right now, losing a tough one to Detroit in overtime where they fucking blew it on the ice. Like that. Obviously, Brian's feelings about Halak. Nonetheless, I don't think, it wasn't goaltending. It was the actual, positioned players here on the ice that kind of blew it. Boston, obviously, got kind of blown out. They totally lost in the third period. But before that, you saw some bright spots from that weekend we talked about, Arizona, Dallas, Flyers as well. This is going to be one of those nights where I'm telling you right now, Gallant has been in the faces of the Rangers, okay? They're pumped up. They're excited to play. They're coming out swinging hard. It's going to be early, and it's going to be often, Michael. And I think Shesterkin, shutout, okay? Rangers win this one, 3-0 revenge game. Let's go.
And I think this is one of those no BS, no excuse games.
Yeah, there is no excuses here.
Go win the game
at
the end of the day. And I think they're fortunate that the Islanders are on a back-to-back with overtime, and then you go back up tender. I mean, I know the backup tender is good, but he's not Sorokin. So I think they have a big advantage in net, and they have to capitalize on that. As far as my first selection here, we're beating a dead horse, but we're going to ride him till it hurts us too much. Going with the Coyotes here on the road in Buffalo here. And I think, listen, Sabres have some hype, after a high.
Ride until it hurts too much.
Oh, come on. Literal again.
Kids have so much have fun.
No. Here we go with the literal problems again. But Buffalo, coming off 2 straight road losses, they return home here. Should be both starting tenders in net, Kreimer versus Vejmelka. But I just think the Sabres are due to really come back to earth here.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I think the Coyotes are hungry. They're really kind of out to prove the rest of the league. They don't get any respect. They throw them in a college arena. And I think they want to show that they're here to stay. So give me the Coyotes here, 3-2 over the Sabres. Clayton Keller, the go-ahead goal with 3 minutes remaining. Vejmelka, 41 saves.
Wow. Buffalo, by the way, minus 240 in the line.
So it's got to be plus 175 conceivably.
Probably, conceivably. By the way, my mother says Michael K sucks! Exclamation point. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't agree more.
No.
My next pick. We're going another game with a team that's having back-to-back games here in the past 2 days. I'm picking the Devils tonight. They're at home against the Flames. They've already beaten the Flames once this year. And, you would imagine, obviously, again, Flames, back to back. They're on the road. I think something's burning in the studio. I don't know where Mike went.
I don't see any flames just yet.
Okay, that's fine, dude. Yesterday, were you here when Renee left Bonita for an hour?
Yes.
Anyway, so give me the Devils tonight. They're 9-3 in the season here. Absolute, I guess, clearly just like proving everyone wrong here. They're on a 6-game winning streak right now. They beaten Calgary most recently about 3 days ago. So they're working with some off days here. They beat them 4-3 in overtime. Before that, Edmonton 4-3, Vancouver 5-2, Columbus 7-1, and then Colorado 1-0. So clearly in the face of adversity, when they're up against hard defenses, really electric offenses, they're producing at a higher level. They're just kind of rising to the occasion here. Again, the 4-3 overtime loss in Calgary most recently. I'd like to see, honestly, I think Mackenzie Blackwood is on the IL. I would like to see, honestly, what Daily Faceoff says. Daily Faceoff starting goalies.
Yeah, it's the guy with the V. What's his name?
Vladar.
Is it Vladar?
Yeah.
Kind of an odd spell.
Wait, no, it's not. No, Vladar's the Calgary backup tender. The Vanacek. Yeah, Vladar actually so far unconfirmed actually for Calgary. The back-to-back, we know probably won't see Markstrom. So actually both teams facing backup tendies. But still, Devils, look who's leading the team right now. Jesper, 17 points right now in the season, 5 goals, 12 assists. One of those goals coming off a power play, 4 of those assists coming off a power play, right? So he's dangerous on the power play. Calgary, I think those tired legs will result in some, penalties being drawn because they're getting beat on defense. New Jersey, power play goals all day. Jersey wins this one. No overtime. 3-1.
Wow.
How nice is he?
Jesper Bratt. So, he was great last season, too. He's finally coming to his own. Finally, the rest of the Devils are actually pretty decent, too. Let's see it. How kind? I just call it like I see it. I call it like I see it, Michael. Last season, they were too young. I said it.
To me, this feels like a complete cupcake. I have to do it, though. Your guy, John Tortorella.
Yeah.
Hell of a job in Philadelphia. And they get the Blues on a back-to-back. Carter Hart, we know the star in the making that he is. And I just feel like it's over for the Blues. I don't know. What happened to the Blues, by the way? Like what's gone wrong?
Well, they won the cup like 4 years ago, I think.
Yep.
Team got stripped basically. Free agency.
But last year they were good, no?
Last year they were still solid. They have a couple guys, but old. They're old. There's just not enough young talent, not a lot of young prospects. Maybe they'll turn it around.
Tarasenko. I was trying to think.
Vladimir Tarasenko. Yeah, last year. Yeah. He said, "Get the fuck out of here."
Anyway, Carter Hart pitching the shutout. 3-0 Flyers. Story of the league so far at 7-3. Would you attest, Anthony?
I would attest to that, dude. Tortorella, you think they're gonna have a
coach of the year?
Coach of the year?
Is your coach of the year in NHL?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Think they're gonna do a nice tribute video over there in St. Louis for Tortorella?
Will he coach there?
No, I was kidding.
They definitely did one at MSG. Just no one talked about it.
Yeah,
Just
man.
no footage of it.
Yeah. All right, my next pick here. Wow, I'm looking around. Wow, dude, so much hockey being played tonight.
I know.
I fucking love that, dude. I guess, do I go with the Red Wings? Let's go with the Red Wings. We've been seeing what the Red Wings can do, against teams like the Islanders, against teams like the Rangers, against teams like Washington now too. I know they got spanked by Buffalo maybe last week. But nonetheless, Detroit, surprisingly good so far this season. Kubalik, I believe is how you pronounce his name, leading the team in points, 6 goals, 9 assists. That's 15 points here. Dylan Larkin, doing his normal captain-esque stuff, leading off the ice as well as on the ice. Husso, dude. 2 shutouts in the season so far. He's 5-1, 1 overtime loss here, 186 goals against on average, 941 save percentage. He's absolutely electric. He's on fire right now. He's a brick wall over here in Detroit. You love to see that, honestly. Detroit, obviously, a long history in the league here. Against another team that has a long history in the league here. Montreal, the Canadiens, who obviously isn't getting what they want out of Allen. He's 3-5. Letting up a lot of goals.
Renizzi joins the party.
Renizzi with the Juice House tie-dye.
Not burning down the house today.
Thank gosh. But I would say Montreal, give me Husso. Another shutout, honestly.
You think the Blues wish they kept them?
Yeah, absolutely. Detroit wins this one 2-0.
Wow, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Love a good goaltender, dude.
Yeah, and I love a good story, Tony. And right now, I feel like the Seattle Kraken, after disappointing inaugural season there in Seattle, Predators, I know my history with the Predators, but give me Seattle all day here. I just think they're playing with some new energy this season, and I think this is going to be a low-scoring one. But Seattle, let's say 2-1 over the Predators.
Careful with those picks against the Predators, dude. All right, one more pick, huh?
Yeah.
Oof. I guess give me the Lightning. Why not? Another team, Edmonton, on the back-to-back here. Edmonton, we said, they're on a 3-game losing streak here, losing to the Devils, to Washington, most recently to Dallas as well. Tampa Bay, who had a slow start the season, turning around. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, just losing 1 game in a shootout to Carolina. They've been really good, after their first 4 games. They've been very solid, actually. And we kind of knew that Tampa Bay was going to be contending. Of course, a couple of losses in the offseason. They're a little bit of an older team, giving some time to kind of loosen up, whatnot. Against Edmonton here in the back-to-back, I think what we're going to see here is, honestly, Edmonton giving up a lot of goals and Vasilevsky obviously not. So, I think Stamkos is going to be doing his usual slap shots from in the slot here. Tampa Bay, give me Stamkos with 2 goals. Tampa Bay wins this one. I'll say 4-1.
Yeah, definitely the solid play there. I just wanted to see, not that this information is ever accurate. I don't know why I can't.
Daily face-off?
Yeah. I was looking for the Golden Knights. Oh, okay. I guess Logan Thompson unconfirmed.
Logan Thompson unconfirmed.
But give me the Knights. I don't know. Maple Leafs, something. There's the water's dirty there or something. I don't know.
In Toronto?
Yeah. So Vegas has had a great start. And I think they're looking to get back to the Stanley Cup after that successful inaugural season. Have kind of backpedaled since then. The whole thing with Gallant. So give me the Knights here in a shootout, 6-5.
Love it, dude. I think Toronto, honestly, Tavares looking pretty good, but also Jack Eichel on Vegas' side, obviously very dangerous.
Yeah, and I don't know. Since Tavares has went there, do you feel like he hasn't been the same?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely last season he took more of a support role. But you've seen some really impressive goals from him so far this season. I think he's starting to gel a little bit better here with Austin Matthews. And I think it's Mitch Marner. Who's the dude on the I don't know why I'm thinking Mitch Marner, but I think there's a Marner on Toronto. Last year he was absolutely on fire. Oh, it is. Is it Mitch? Mitchell Marner. Yeah, Mitch Marner on Toronto. 25-year-old from Ontario, I believe. From
Ontario?
Ontario. Ontario?
How is it actually? Is it?
I think it's tomato.
Ontario.
I think it's tomato.
I've always said Ontario.
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 You've never said Ontario. That's like saying
Ontario.
That's like saying Peyton Manning.
No, I don't know. Ontario. Ontario. I don't know, man.
Harrison.
But anyway, Mitch Marner. Dude, look up. You want to have some fun? Have a couple of beers. Look up Mitch Marner highlights last season. You have a great time, dude. So I don't know. I think great stuff coming out of Toronto, but again, Vegas shootout. I love that call. Honestly, I think it's very high scoring, very tight.
Take the over.
Yeah.
Whoa. So we're pumped up for that, and all I can tell you is I don't want to hear anything when we're sitting in these seats tomorrow. I want to be recapping a decisive Ranger victory. You got the Islanders where you want them on a back-to-back. with a backup goalie. And you know what? Shesterkin, I know it's a tough offense to defend in the Islanders. They can come at you in so many ways.
What?
But let's see a shutout. Let's see a shutout from Shesterkin. Let's see 5 goals against a backup goalie. And let's just win this one and start some type of sustainable winning streak here. Let's win 7 out of 10. Let's win 8 out of 10. We mentioned this is the start of that 8-game stretch. Let's go 6-2. So it's just going to be interesting to see, what transpires tonight in the Garden. Definitely cannot wait for that. I wonder if Boomer Esiason will be there again.
Yeah, dude.
No, because you remember the Matt Martin.
Yeah. Matt Martin, Boomer, daughter-in-law or son-in-law.
You know Kenny Albert, right? Or no?
Do I know him?
Like the voice.
Yeah, I know his voice.
It's Marv Albert's son.
Yeah.
Michael, I think you had to have heard him. You obviously know Marv. Do you think he's a Chief? Kenny.
Kenny. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't listen to him a lot though.
Yeah, because he's radio, he's backup.
Well,
he's NFL.
Yeah, he's NFL. He does use NBA too, right?
No. Oh, for the Knicks.
For the Knicks. Yeah. I don't do that. I don't listen to that.
Well, but the Rangers, he does a decent amount of TV work.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I mean, I guess it runs in the family, Chief and Chief. But we know what time it is, Tony. It is the Prism Pack Reveal. You know what song we have to put on?
Oh yeah, I didn't cue it up today.
We'll give him a break. We feel like being nice this time.
Yeah.
Next time.
It's because Barnes has food in his belly.
Oh man.
Nice little snack to get us just to lunch.
Just a little touch.
You know?
Just a little touch.
Just a little touch, dude.
All right. Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Start out with a dominance card. A guy that's nickname is named after a movie rating. Paul George.
Is that a jersey card?
This is not a jersey
no.
card, but
Nice.
it is a dominance card.
Let's
Dude,
go.
I love Paul George.
Love Paul George.
Our generation's T-Mac.
Let's go, Paul George.
I do have to say, though, I kind of want him to get out of Los Angeles.
Me too, dude. He needs to go to
I like him on the Clippers.
Because Kawhi, I don't know.
Dude, I can't with
something
him.
didn't go right there.
It's sad.
This is a repeat card, but a young, up-and-coming forward played at the University of Southern California. His father played in the NBA. Evan Mobley. So, very good
Hell
there.
yes, dude. Rookie of the
you know,
year last year.
Yes. And I have to say, collectively, this is a great pack. It's slipping my mind what team he's on now, but he was originally on the Milwaukee Bucks, started Villanova, won a national championship. Dante DiVincenzo.
Wow. Okay, cool.
So that's a solid one, 3-and-D type of player. And lastly, formerly of the Los Angeles Lakers, I believe he's on the Sacramento Kings now. A lot of hype, still very young, could turn into a special player. Taylor Horton Tucker.
Wow, that's okay. That's your boy. That's your boy.
That situation in LA. He's got some room to grow in Sacramento. But once again, Michael, pretty strong.
Yeah, it was a great pack. Not the best, but a good one.
I mean, you think about collectively just George and Mobley, though. I mean, those are 2 superstars.
Yeah, I agree.
But that being said, Tony,
anything else?
Do we have something on the horizon today?
We do, dude. This bonita in my mouth. Oh. All right.
I was just waiting for you to continue.
We have a screen time episode today. 1:30, we're going to call it.
What's the subject matter?
Hot news, actually. I don't know if did you play Gears of War, Xbox?
Oh, of course.
Dude, they're coming out with a
Big
live
fan?
action series. Oh, Brian.
Could have been worse. Pile of ice, right? Okay. But continue on, Tony.
No. I want you to continue on.
Gears of War, what is this like?
So Gears of War, Netflix announced Gears of War movie, live action, as well as animated adult series. Gonna be bloody and crazy. It's gonna be dope.
Love Gears of War. Was the only shooting game that I've ever liked.
So much fun, dude.
But I just feel like the number one was the pinnacle. Gridlock. Just just all the maps. I just love the original maps. The mansion
Gridlock
was another good one.
Dude.
Raven Down.
Wow.
I mentioned the frag out.
Yeah,
the
dude.
Tags. So many good maps, and I don't know the new one. Gridlock at Night. And me and a couple of my buddies used to crack up. I'm rushing Boom Kid, because they always had that boom shot. Were you a fan of the boom shot? You only get one,
course,
but it's
dude,
very powerful.
Yeah, big fan. Love the Shoddy as well, dude. The classic shot, the Lancer too. Oh, so cool. Cool. I think it's gonna be a great movie. Hopefully they don't cast The Rock in every fucking role.
You know what's funny? I feel like there was mentions of this movie, and thank you, Michael.
Right.
My apologies there.
Oh, forever.
No, but literally 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then they just made new games.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And then I believe too, tomorrow we have another episode of Gaming Corner.
Big Gaming Corner tomorrow. Are we doing the show? We're doing PGA. We're doing the
Maybe
show.
PGA too. Who knows?
Who the hell knows? But no, we're doing the show. We're doing Derby.
Mm-hmm. Do we have confirmation on Matthew or
no? Not confirmed yet.
Not confirmed. Yeah. We're gonna do a game.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna play tonight. Re-up a little bit of my skills.
We'll talk to Matthew too. And there was something about Pepe's Pizza on the house.
Pepe's Pizza on the house.
You're
house.
Looking at him.
Oh,
right
really?
Here.
You're the house?
Yeah. I need to know right now, Tony. Toppings.
Very good there.
Has to be toppings. Can't be plain. What do you want?
Can't be plain?
Nope. Not allowed.
Sausage.
Pepper?
Cherry peppers?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Could we throw some garlic on there?
Yes.
Like garlic powder?
No, garlic like just
cloves. Garlic? Did they do? You asked them?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
Yeah.
Done. Consider it handled. We're first talking meat lovers toppings.
Meat lovers toppings, he says. That's too much. It's too much toppings.
No, that's what I was going to say. One meat is fine. One meat and a vegetable, that's good. So,
also, before 20 minutes ago says, don't do it, Tony. It's not worth the calories. Save the carbs for beer and spirits. I don't know what he was referring to. I missed that comment.
The Bonitza?
Oh, the Bonitza, probably. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's healthy. Spinach and egg. Feta.
Yeah, feta. And plus, dude, it's not too filling. I can have 10 beers right now.
Yeah.
10. Fuck it. 12. 20.
If we're staying up till midnight, 20, no problem.
Easily, dude. Through the Rangers game. Get hyped.
Maybe Kenny Albert's on the call.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God, dude.
But what a show. What a life. Really appreciate everybody.
What a show. What a life.
Tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as checking out the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Everybody enjoy their day, enjoy the games, enjoy screen time, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.